It is 12 o'clock, lunch hour here on Three Man Front on Jocks. Welcome back into the program. Pat Smith, Conrad Van Order. We're live here. Crafts on 280. Molly Robinson back in our studio high atop Red Mountain. It has been a great event so far, and we've got 2 more hours to go as head coach A.J. McCarron of the Birmingham Stallions joined us. We also
we got 2 Samford legends here. We have Michael Hiers, the former quarterback, and Joey Mullins.
I know, Joey's here.
Yeah, I know. This is incredible.
Just saw Joey a couple minutes ago and you see Stanley the Stallion. You can't miss him. If you're driving up 280 right now.
I just noticed that.
You cannot miss it. Why isn't Don out there with him?
That's a great question. Yeah, if you are driving down 280 towards Birmingham right now, you will see Stanley the Stallion doing some sort of a dance on the road. Do we have people directing traffic in here? Has it gotten that crowded?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
incredible.
It's incredible. The crowd has been fantastic, and more than anything, everyone that's coming in and getting to try crafts here on 280, the food is just incredible. The chicken and the wedges.
Absolutely.
And you've got a libation in your hand, I understand?
Yes, it is the attitude adjustment, I believe
You
is what
need
it was
it.
called.
Does he not need it, Molly? If anybody needs an attitude adjustment, it's Conrad.
Yeah, just be careful. Make sure he doesn't get too rowdy.
I think I'll be in a lot better mood when this is in my stomach. But yeah, it's fantastic.
He's trying to drown his Bediaco sorrows.
Yeah, but they have their new frozen cocktails. They're debuting today here at Crafts, and this is one of them, and it's quite good. So come out and join us.
Absolutely. We've been following the Charles Bediaco situation. The hearing ended about 45 minutes into it, and all indications from those inside the courtroom, the judge had extremely pointed questions towards Bediaco's attorneys, and I'm not a lawyer, just reading the reports, it seems to me that the Bediaco case is potentially on thin ice.
I feel pretty strongly that he will not be playing for the University of Alabama basketball team the rest of the year. I think we have seen the last of Charles Bediaco, at least for this season, because remember, we talked with Mike Rodak yesterday, and this is, who knows, but the idea was presented of, okay, what if this he gets denied this year? Could he potentially wait, file another lawsuit, and then be deemed eligible for the entirety of the next season? Because his clock would still not be out in terms of how long he had played in college. It'd be very interesting to see how this goes one way or the other in the aftermath.
So, at one point during today's hearing, the NCAA attorney Taylor Askew, he says, we're doing our best in terms of the NCAA's efforts to enforce its rules. He said court systems are looking at emotion instead of fact, and specifically said Rashawn Agee, the Texas A&M player cited by Bediaco's attorneys, should not be playing.
An NCAA attorney said that?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
that is certainly interesting.
They're going to shut Agee down?
Well, that would be my thing is, okay, so let's say you're Alabama and this goes through, right, and they deny Charles Bediaco, and you're going to go, so we're not going to do anything about that kid? You literally said in the court trial that person should not be able to play, and you're not going to do anything about it? That would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So,
and I think we all know that's exactly what would happen.
Now, the court has ordered the attorneys to turn in documents and, I guess, orders by 4 p.m. today.
Yes.
So we will see with tip-off scheduled for 3 o'clock tomorrow between Alabama and Auburn. You can hear the game right here on Jocks. We will see exactly what that means and if we will have some type of resolution sooner than later, probably during the Paul Feinbaum show.
I was about to say, that's how it always works, isn't it? But, we talked about it, right? And again, it's an in-state game. Like, it's not going to affect travel or anything. But if you're Nate Oates and that staff, you probably would like to know who's going to be ready and who's not at least 24 hours in advance of the game.
You would think.
I would think that would be a nice piece of information to have, but I would assume they're probably in the similar boat that we are, and they're looking at the writing on the wall and going, okay, well, it doesn't look like this is necessarily going to go in our favor today.
1-800-239-WJOX, that is the phone number. The Courtesy GMC text line, we have been unable to get to many of your texts. So many of you have been chiming in regards to the bombshell that happened yesterday afternoon when Commissioner Greg Sankey of the Southeastern Conference attached his name to an affidavit saying that Bediaco should not play and that this would do incredible harm to the NCAA.
It would hurt the integrity of college sports.
Yeah, it would. Yep. It said the education mission, which that's
right,
because
these kids are all trying to go and get an education. Yeah,
because none of them leave school early, and how many of them do come back to get their degrees?
Yeah. Not many of them, or if they do, and to be fair, right, some of them do after they turn professional and they come back and get their college degree, and I think that's great, but I think we all agree that Charles Bediako did not come back to Alabama because he needed his finance degree to be finalized. I think we know that was not the case. But to the Courtesy GMC text line we go. Someone chimes in and says, wait, can you explain the Texas A&M player situation quickly?
I'll be honest with you. I am not as familiar with it as I probably should be.
Remind me of his first name. Do you have it in front of you? It's A.G.
Yeah.
Well, here, we can do this real quick. Let's go and look at the Texas A&M roster, at which point we have Rashawn A.G. He is from Chicago.
So he was cited by Bediako's attorney. But Taylor Askew, who's an attorney for the NCAA, he says, we're doing our best in terms of the NCAA efforts to enforce its rules. He said court systems are looking at emotion instead of fact, and specifically said Rashawn Agee, the Texas A&M player who was cited by Bediako's attorneys, should not be playing.
Do you want to guess what Agee's freshman year in college was?
1978.
2019. I think that would be an explanation of where you are, because he redshirted his freshman year, then he played 1 year at New Mexico State, then he transferred to play JUCO ball but didn't play that year, and then he spent 2 years at Bowling Green, 1 year at USC, and now he's at Texas A&M. So that would be 5 years. Well, technically 7 years of college, but 5 years that he's been an active participant. So I think that's maybe where the NCAA is coming from on that one. Someone says, the Distracted Donkey chimes in, says, I know it might be different, and it's a different sport. It's not football, but I do wonder if Greg Sankey would have made the same statement that he did yesterday if Nick Saban was still around campus. Could be interesting.
Yeah.
Could be interesting. Let's see. Oh, here you go. This is sweet. Somebody chimes in. They say, I want to give Molly some big-time props. I used to be a co-host on a show as well years ago, and I've been listening to y'all since Molly's first day with y'all on the show, and she's really come into her own.
Aww.
And he appreciates your enthusiasm on the air, Molly.
Well, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you so
very
much.
Nice. We appreciate all the context. We like compliments. I'll take compliments. Let's see. This one rolls on. It says, was JR on today? Yes, he was just on. He likes Kenneth Walker over the total on receiving plus rushing yards. That is his free pick for prop bet for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Is this what I think it is? Oh man, did they double you up? Somebody's sending in pictures of White Castle at their local grocery store, but this one they have.
Now see,
they have White Castles with cheese now.
Now see, at my local store, I have just the sliders. I don't have the ones with the cheese.
Yeah, I can't see what establishment this is, but they have White Castle with cheese now at your local frozen section. Let's see.
I know what I'm getting for dinner this weekend.
Are you doing the with cheese or no cheese?
Personally, I prefer the no cheese, but I might have to try it with cheese.
Are you going to do the Mike Rodak? Are you going to go on a long road trip somewhere, and then you can document it and like do a vlog or something like that?
Listen, like I said, every time I go to Nashville, I haven't been in a while, but I always make time for White Castle.
You always make time for White Castle. That's just 3 hours up the road. That's easy. Let's see. Bama Hater chimes in. He says, if Ty Simpson and Carson Beck don't get drafted in the first or second round, can they both go back to Alabama and Miami? I would say no, but I guess at this point you never say never. Ty Simpson would have a better argument than Carson. I think Carson, he's like that AG kid. He's been around for way too long.
Yeah.
Let's see. Adam from Birmingham, he says, guys, just wait. After Bediako loses this case today, him and his attorneys will sue Alabama for breach of contract and just settle. So either way, he will get paid. This is all a scam on everybody. So he's indicating that maybe Charles Bediako is just doing this for a little a little bit of money, right? Because that's something that his attorneys can argue in the hearing, and I believe they did, which is, well, if you don't allow him to play, he might not be able to go back to the G League, at which point he's not able to make a livable wage.
What was his wage in the G League, like 40 to 50 grand?
It was between 40 and 50. That was his base salary. Yep. And they said that he has, since leaving Alabama, made just under $530,000. I would assume the majority of that coming from a signing bonus, potentially, if he's only making around $45,000 a year in the G League. Kenny chimes in. He says, Nate Oates moving forward needs to go after professional international players that can just shoot the three ball. That might be the point.
I mean, just moving forward, I mean, we talked about this in hour number one. There needs to be a clearly defined definition of a professional basketball player.
And I think that is a very real discussion that's going to have to be had now. Because if, again, let's say they rule against Bediako, what's everyone going to do, Pat? They're going to go get 22-year-old kid from Lithuania that's been playing pro ball since he was 16.
And then guess what he's going to do?
That's going to be college basketball.
And he's going to take away the education opportunities that Greg Sankey said would happen if they let Bediako play.
It's a can of worms, man. It's a can of worms. Dylan from Jasper says, what a surprise. Bama hater can't keep Alabama off his mind. To be fair, it is the what we're talking about today. Let's see. Somebody says, okay, there's a Whole Foods on 280. They have the White Castle with cheese if you want that. This text rolls in, says, three-man front, best show on the radio. Hands down, appreciate listening, or what you guys do for us each and every day. Well, we appreciate you listening and hanging out. This one says, just went through the drive-thru at Kraft, saw y'all broadcasting outside. They have the best chicken wrap I've ever had in my entire life.
I'm telling you, I went inside during your last segment in the 11 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And everyone that was in there just was raving about the food. I still have not been able to take a break to enjoy the chicken.
We're going to get some here soon.
But it is outstanding. And if you've never experienced Crafts on 280, brand new location right here on 280. As you're exiting, I guess that's technically Mountain Brook, and you're coming into Homewood.
Yes.
This is Mountain Brook, I think.
Technically
officially?
Mountain Brook. Well, we're across from the Mountain Brook Center, Pat.
Oh, there you go. I should read the sign.
But, yes, you will see. Is Stanley still out there? I think Stanley might have taken a water break.
I just hope Stanley's okay because he was awfully close to one of the busiest roads in the state of Alabama.
Yes, well, we almost had a traffic kerfuffle earlier before the show even began, but thankfully we avoided that. But, yeah, come on out to Crafts in 280. We're going to be here for another almost 2 hours until about 2 o'clock when the show ends. Come hang out with the Stallions fans, get some great food, enjoy some giveaways, and come hang out with us as we continue to talk Charles Bediako, Super Bowl, IBOB, all that good stuff and more.
Well, it's just outstanding weather today, and it's going to be an outstanding weekend for you to get out to Courtesy GMC in Trussville. It's right off of I-459 exit 32. You hear me talk about them every single day on this radio show, and they are just incredible to deal with. I've purchased multiple vehicles from Courtesy. My parents have. Friends and family, other members of the family, they've been able to go to Courtesy and just get the best deals possible. And you can too. And right now they have got this incredible deal on a 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. They only have one left in stock. That's why I'm telling you about it. And you can get up to $16,000 off MSRP. When it's gone, it's gone. But, man, you got to get by there and take a look at this vehicle. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to get a great deal. And the selection, they've got huge selection all over the place. Courtesy has 50 brand new 2026 GMC Sierras on the ground, every trim level, up to $12,000 off MSRP from work trucks, luxury, off-road. They've got your Sierra right there at Courtesy. And you heard me talking about it last week. They've now extended the $399 sign and drive lease on the 2026 Canyon Elevation. There's only about 5 left there, so take advantage of that deal. You get the theme. There's deals. Courtesy GMC. You need to go out and see them this weekend. And if you purchase a brand new Courtesy GMC, you're going to get a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. So get to Courtesy GMC this weekend right there off of I-459 exit 32. Courtesy GMC. We are professional grade. We will continue on this beautiful Friday live from Crafts on 280. This is Jock's three-man front. It is 12:18. We're live at Crafts on 280. It's been a fantastic event. So many of the Jocks listeners come on by, and of course Birmingham Stallions fans getting an opportunity to rub elbows, get some selfies, take some pictures, get some autographs of A.J. McCarron. And our next guest will be in that quarterback room for the Stallions. He is a local product. He was a star at Briarwood Christian High School. He goes off to Murray State, and he comes back home and puts up incredible numbers at Samford. We're talking about Michael Hiers, who joins us now on Three-Man Front. Michael, welcome home. We can just go over to your house, right, for the afternoon?
We can go to the backyard and do this. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, first off, welcome to the UFL and the Stallions.
Man, I appreciate it. I'm fired up. Excited to be here.
All right, so take us through the whole timeline and how this opportunity came up for you to put on the Stallions jersey and helmet.
Yeah, man, so I was in the CFL last year. We had some opportunities to go back, but – talked to AJ, I guess, a couple weeks ago. Got a call.
Do you call him Coach? You call him AJ?
I guess we're still
working
through
on
that.
that?
Coach McCarron. We'll start it out like that. Called me, we talked a little bit, and then opportunity came up, and fired up to be here.
So what's it like for you? Because obviously you're a local kid, right? And so a lot of guys on the team all across the country, right? And they're maybe not super familiar. So have you been kind of like that glue guy? Like, are you trying to tell people like what Birmingham's all about, like what to expect, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we really hadn't gotten to meet a lot of the players.
Yeah.
I know a good amount of them, and we've been doing some Zoom calls. So a lot of them know Birmingham. But yeah, when we get over here, I'll kind of tell them, hey, this is here, all that. But we're located in Dallas, so
yeah,
it's kind of
a little different.
Yeah,
I just feel like
there.
a lot of people, they come to Birmingham, and we just hear so many times like, it's actually pretty cool. Like, people just have I don't know if it's a negative idea of Alabama, but then they come here and like, oh, this is actually a pretty cool place.
A lot of people up north, like when I was in the CFL, they'd be like, oh, you're from Birmingham? Like,
yeah.
What do you know? I was like, guys, Birmingham is really nice.
Yeah.
You hadn't been here, so.
Well, that was going to be my next question. A good old Southern boy like yourself going north of the border to play football because you come from the football capital of the South, many people say of the country, and then you go north of the border. I guess you had to educate them a little bit on your background.
Yeah, they had to educate me, and I had to educate them a little bit. Man, it is really good competition up there. It's just a little different. Obviously, you're in a different country. So definitely happy to be back in not only the United States, but in Birmingham and Alabama. And my wife and my family is a lot happier to be here, too.
So I know you explained, you had opportunities to maybe go back to the CFL if you wanted to go that route. What was it? Was it just being able to be home and be here in Birmingham? Was that the most attractive part? What made you decide, you know what, I could go back, something I'm comfortable with, something I know, but I'd rather go and take this opportunity in Birmingham?
Yeah, one, I've been to a lot of Stallions games. I love the atmosphere. I love the league. I think the league is designed to really put you in a position to be successful if you take advantage of it. So I think that was one. Obviously, being in Birmingham, like we talked about in the States, I think that's another thing. But I'm fired up. I think the opportunity gives you a really good, puts you in a good position to go to the next level or do whatever you're trying to do.
So I take it AJ did not have to twist your arm too bad to be a part of the Stallions.
No, not at all. I mean, this was definitely something I wanted to do. So I was fired up when he called and we got it done.
So what's your first impression of A.J. McCarron? Is it because obviously here everyone knows him, national championship winning quarterback at Alabama, obviously did a lot of great things as a player in the UFL, but now what's your early impression, just quarterback to quarterback? Does that help the relationship because you have that understanding of where you're both coming from, I guess?
Absolutely, man. I mean, obviously, so I was a Bama fan growing up. My parents went to Bama.
There you go.
Grew up watching it. But I think one thing is you look at it definitely helps when you're a quarterback because they know what you're seeing. The other thing is, I mean, he wins, right? He likes to compete and he likes to win, and that's something I really like to do. So I think we're going to get along really well.
Yeah.
All right, so you and Conrad were talking before you came on, talking about an interesting junior college history that you have. And for listeners of this show, fans of Last Chance U, you got to play them, right?
That's right. Yes, sir. So I went to Northwest Mississippi, which is 40 minutes outside of Oxford, and we played EMCC. That's our rival. So I was in that league, per se.
So how was that, all the cameras being around?
So I didn't have cameras.
So you didn't.
Yeah, I was a couple years after, but they actually had asked the school I went to, like I said, Northwest, to do it, and we declined because I had heard it was a little hectic.
Now, Northwest, Northeast is in
Tupelo. Northwest is in Senatobia, Mississippi.
Okay.
We've had a bunch. I mean, we got some a lot of NFL players that are kicking it. Gardner Minshew was there. That's a pretty big
Okay,
name.
yeah,
So, yeah,
absolutely.
he was there 2017, I believe.
Okay.
So
all right, this is somewhat related, but it's not really a football question. But you were at Murray State, right, the same time as Ja.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yes,
what was
sir.
that like? Did you ever interact with him? Or because I imagine he was probably a big man on campus, right?
So when I got there in 2018, he has just been a freshman. He was only there 2 years.
Yeah.
And we had heard he had a really good freshman year, but we're like, hey, this he's a freak.
Yeah.
And we didn't know he was going to do that. We didn't know he was going to be an NBA draft pick. We didn't for sure not the number 2 pick. But as like kind of the season went on, he had a big dunk against Bama, and that kind of put him on the map.
I remember that. Yep.
And dude, those games were crazy after. I mean, packed. ESPN was there. It was a cool deal.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to ask you, your days at Sanford. I was talking to Joey Mullins earlier, and I said, all right, you got to give me some dirt on Michael, because we're going to be doing an interview, and I need something that I can throw Michael off. Looked at me and he goes, there is nothing. He goes, I will tell you that he never made a wrong. Now, your head coach might feel differently.
Coach Hatcher may say something different. Who
Hatch
knows?
Attack might say something different, but according to Joey, he says he never made a wrong decision on the football field. And that's high praise coming from Joey.
Well, I like Joey a lot, and he's very kind to say that. But I do think if you ask Coach Hatch Attack, he would probably say something a little different. So let's not ask him. Let's stick with Joey.
All right, so I heard a rumor that you have a nickname, or you used to. I don't know if it still follows you around. How did you tell everyone what your nickname is and how that came to be?
I'll let you tell everyone what the nickname
Well, it's a
was.
very popular film franchise from what I understand. But, yeah, Magic Mike. So where did that come from? What's the genesis of the nickname, and has it stuck?
It does stick around
Okay.
with some high school friends. Man, I don't really know how it happened. It started my senior year of football. We're probably middle of the season, and someone said Magic Mike.
Was it when those movies had just come out or something, so it was popular
had to be
maybe?
like 2 years, a year after.
Gotcha.
And coaches were calling me that, but they thought it was funny because it would go with the movie. Well, my coach, Coach Yancey, who I absolutely love, I do not think he's seen Magic Mike. So he had no idea. So he's going on interviews, he's doing newspapers, all this, and he's saying Magic Mike.
Oh, my.
And it kind of just took off. Everyone thought it was funny. He just had no idea.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so
made it even better.
Before we let you go, I do want to ask you, because since you did play at Briarwood, and I'm not really sure if you followed this story over the last couple weeks, but Briarwood now, the private schools are being split in ASHA, the Alabama High School Athletic Association, a product of that school, of you playing against the likes of other major high schools around the Metro Birmingham, and you guys' incredible program. Just your feelings on Briarwood now not being a part of the group that would include Mountain Brook, Vestavia, Hewitt, Thompson, and the likes of those schools.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't love it. I think, one, take away the competition. So, like, obviously we'd still have Miguel Tulin, St. Paul, some really good schools. The only issue with it is, look, that's football. You want to talk about basketball or baseball when kids are playing at 4 or 5:30, and you got to go 4 hours away. So if you have your parents,
right,
they're working a 9 to 5 job. How are they supposed to go see their kid play? And that doesn't even include travel costs. That doesn't include any of that. So I was disappointed. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I don't make those decisions, right? So I'll just give a little bit of my thoughts and opinions.
That is Michael Hiers. He is one of the quarterbacks for the Birmingham Stallions. He will be one of the hometown favorites there at Protective Stadium when we get things underway. The first home game coming up on April the 18th. Michael, thanks for stopping by.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me.
And
This
we'll,
has been a blast.
as we get off at 2 o'clock, we'll be in your backyard and throw the football.
That sounds good. That's perfect. As long as you let my new puppy out the rest of the day, we'll be good.
There you go.
We'll have a good time. That is Michael Hiers, one of the quarterbacks here at the Birmingham Stallions. We are live at Crafts on 280. More here on Jocks. 12:31 here on Jocks on a gorgeous Friday. About time we've had some good weather heading into the weekend. And you can get things started right here on Crafts on 280. I've actually had an opportunity, Conrad. And Conrad just got mad at me, Molly, because they brought me chicken with wedges. And it is incredible. It is fantastic. And Conrad hasn't gotten any yet. So.
Well, I'm sitting here,
He's
trying to
jealous.
do my job and keep the show on the air, and Pat's over here getting free food and whatever.
Yep.
He's just jealous.
He's treated like I am jealous. I am.
Look at that. We got royalty right here. Sit down. Sit down.
Sorry, we got an Alabama legend right here.
We have got someone that I have known for a very, very long time is joining us here on Three Man Front. You can hear
Let's
him.
get you all set up. Yeah, take the hat off.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll work. That'll do it.
So,
I like the glasses.
Oh, thank you.
It's real American pride.
Can I put my hat back on?
Hey,
Yeah.
that looks great, legend.
so,
I like it.
so me and Legend go back quite a. I mean, Legend and I used to tour the state together. Did you know that, Conrad?
I did not know that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we followed Paul Feinbaum like he was the Beatles. Wherever he went, we followed him.
We were in his shadow.
You remember when Forrest Gump went out for the run and
Huh?
all them folks was running behind him? That was Paul. That was me and Pat running behind him.
That's right.
Waiting to hear anything he had to say. We wanted to hear it.
I mean,
wanted to hear
we
it.
sold out venues, Conrad.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Huntsville, Montgomery.
Thousands of people.
Yes.
And now you're just having a party with the little people, Pat. We
No,
appreciate you.
we're
being-
not. We're not little people. These are good people. Fine people.
I was talking about myself.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the great people of Central Alabama.
No,
and
they're
across the great
great.
State of Alabama.
No, I'm the little one. They're great.
All right, so the big story today, Legend, want to get your thoughts. I'm sure you will call Paul this afternoon. I personally have got a problem with Greg Sankey putting his name on an affidavit, basically saying that Bediako can't play. It's not about the fact that I agree or disagree that Bediako should play. It's the fact that you have a commissioner of the Southeastern Conference with a member institution where he is publicly going against them. What do you say about that?
Well, I agree with you. I don't like it in principle, but I do like the fact that Alabama's willing to challenge the NCAA to the point. Let's face it, it's the wild, wild west. We got 28, 29-year-old players coming over from Europe that has played multiple years in pro leagues. Matter of fact, the second best pro league in the world, according to most NBA experts. Now, these guys can play at 28 and 29, but Bediako can't play at 23. I think it's a double standard. I mean, let's look out for the American players. Come on. Why are we looking out for the European players but not looking out for the American players? It don't make no sense to me. It makes no sense. And Greg Sankey needs to stay in his lane because Alabama built this conference. If he wants to go to war with Alabama, I would tell Greg Byrne, let's go independent. You don't think NBC or ABC or somebody, up there went my hat, you don't think one of them folks wouldn't put us in their network? Come on, man. Alabama's the biggest brand in the world.
Well, and that's what I brought up. It's different if this is I guess it is. I am being offensive. I don't care about those other schools. It's not Missouri, right? That's a little different beast. But you have Alabama. That is the lifeblood of your conference. I know we're talking about basketball, but they're the most watched college football program in the entire country. And that's the team you're going to make a stand for, but yet you're going to let Tennessee and Ole Miss go and do their legal things with their quarterback.
I think
I'm
he's
gonna
going
get fired
along
up
with
again.
the crowd. He's going along with the crowd.
Yep.
Todd Golden came out. Here comes the former Auburn coach. Why he's talking. I mean, he's a serial NCAA violator. But here he's got an opinion about Alabama. Everybody hates us, Pat. You know everybody hates Alabama.
That was just a
Come
barbecue,
on.
Legend. It was
Yeah.
different. It was just a barbecue.
Come on, man. I mean, everybody's got a problem until it's Alabama. Then all of a sudden we got integrity. Suddenly we got integrity. A guy at Vanderbilt got a 15th year last year, but now suddenly we got integrity. Pete Golden sent him $1 million contracts. The students in class, but now suddenly we got integrity. Sonny, no, it's Alabama what it is. They got integrity when Alabama got an edge. That's when they got integrity.
So somebody texted this in. I'm curious your thoughts on this. Somebody said if Nick Saban was still at Alabama, even though this is a basketball thing, Greg Sankey wouldn't do that because he wouldn't want to step on the toes of Alabama with Nick Saban. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that because Nick Saban was the ultimate power figure in sports. And Greg Sankey only goes after people that he thinks he can win. Sankey thinks he can win this against Alabama, but what Sankey don't realize, if he goes to war with Alabama, that's the wrong cowbell to go to war with. It really is. I mean, he don't want Alabama to turn on him. I mean, this thing could get really crazy if Alabama turns on him.
Well, and I was thinking about this last night. So, as he's giving this affidavit, is he on the phone with the president of the University of Alabama, giving him a heads up? Is he on the phone with Greg Byrne, and he say, hey, y'all are about to see something that's probably going to upset y'all, but please understand, I love y'all, and all 16 schools I love equally, but I'm gonna trash you in this affidavit, and I'm going to trash you publicly, but we still love you, and we still need you, so please don't take offense to what we're about to do. That's the way I took it.
Yeah, and that's just the wrong approach, because you go after Alabama, I mean, that's like going after Ohio State in the Big Ten. I mean, that's like going after the Boston Celtics in the NBA or the Yankees in baseball. You are choosing to go after the greatest brand ever in college football, the team that has built this conference. Without Alabama, they're not making all them billion-dollar checks they're passing out. They're not making all these millions of dollars they're giving to Vanderbilt and South Carolina and Missouri. We helped build this thing. Them teams didn't help build it. We helped build it and establish it. And he wants to come after us. He works for us. How you going to work for me and come after me? You're my attorney. You're my agent. How you going to come after me? I mean, it's a conflict of interest. Y'all get on here, so celebrate. Greg Sankey's an idiot. Celebrate. Yeah, come on. Celebrate it. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Oh,
you don't go after Alabama. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh man, this is this is fantastic. So you said earlier, all right, just go independent, go do your own thing. People will pay money for it. What about going to another conference?
Why
would you
go
think
to
about
another conference? Why don't we just go independent, schedule 13 cupcakes or 12 cupcakes,
Go undefeated every year.
go undefeated every year, get us a deal with the College Football Playoff Committee,
Like Notre Dame.
a top 12 exemption every year, and the hell with the SEC. Let the SEC go do their own thing. I never been SEC. You never heard the legend say SEC. I've always said Alabama. I don't like them other teams. Now, ain't nothing against the fans. They all right. But the teams, hey, I'm Alabama, man.
Oh,
I
my
say
goodness.
the hell with the NCAA. Let's go independent. Let's get outlaw on this thing. Let's get crazy. They want the Wild Wild West. Let's go for it.
Oh,
Let's
my
do
goodness. All right, well, that is just a sample, I'm sure, that you will hear on the Paul Feinbaum Show coming up a little bit later. Hey, cannot say enough about Crafts at 280 here.
Great place.
This place is incredible. Food is
Wow.
phenomenal.
it. Man, I'm about to go in and spend a couple $100. Whoever wants to eat lunch with me.
There
tell
you
me, come
go.
on.
There you
I'm
go.
about to buy whoever wants to eat lunch. I'm about to buy
I think I
lunch,
just saw
man.
Greg Sankey drive by here on 280.
Hell
'cause
no, not Sankey. Tell me keep on going.
He
Keep
just
on
lives
going.
right over the hill. I mean, I could point you in his neighborhood if you'd like.
Nah, he probably called the police on me. See me come. There come that legend fella.
The legend, great to see you. Let's go on tour again. That was a lot of fun.
Man, if Paul Feinbaum ever get back out there acting like, Paul McCartney again, I'm right there with him. I'm Feinbaum for life, Pat. You know that. I
Absolutely.
love Paul Feinbaum.
It's great to see you. You and Kip Kiefer do a great job on the weekends. You can hear those guys on Jocks. Just don't let Don on anymore, okay?
Yep, every Saturday morning from 8 to 10, and we really have a great time. And Don, he's the first caller on the board every Saturday morning. So you know how Don is.
Absolutely. All right, that is legend. You can hear him all the time on the Paul Feinbaum Show. We will continue on Craftsville 280. This has been a great afternoon as the Birmingham Stallions. We will continue our conversations. That's next on Three Man Front. It is 12:44. Welcome back in. This is Jock's three-man front. Pat Conrad. We're live here at Crafts on 280. Molly back in our studio high atop Red Mountain, and we're happy to be joined now by Joe Knight, who is Jefferson County Commissioner. He's from my neck of the woods. He's a good, trustful guy.
So he knows about the moat.
Oh, let's not talk about the moat. I've been talking to him about the I-59 traffic during our commercial break. Joe, great to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Well, thank you for having me. I am doing great. It's a great day out here. It's always good to come and hang out with you guys and, promote the team.
Absolutely. All right, so I got to ask you this because you remember the first edition of the Birmingham Stallions.
I was there.
Legion Field.
Yes. 1983.
Raleigh Dosh.
Raleigh Dosh.
Yep.
Cliff Stout.
Yep. Joe Cribbs.
Yep. Joe Cribbs.
Joey Jones.
Buddy Adelet.
Yep.
Scott Norwood.
Goes on and on and on.
Scott and I kind of really bonded because I had an opportunity to kick a field goal. Kicks 106 radio station back then.
Absolutely.
For the kick 100.
Okay, so this is before the Pat McAfee challenge, right?
Oh yeah.
So
this was more difficult than Pat, even though I didn't have Pat hollering in my ear.
All right. So how far was it? So what
it
was
it was a 45-yard field goal.
45.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. At Legion Field, we had a great crowd that night, and there was a wind about 20 miles an hour. And I asked them, I said, "Can I kick the other way?" They said no. So I had to kick into the wind. I got into the end zone.
45 into the wind.
Yeah, and I got into the end zone, but it didn't make it. So
what were you going to get if you would have hit
$106,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Kicks 106 makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, now it makes sense why they made you kick 45
45.
yards
That's
in the
why they
wind.
wouldn't let me turn it.
Yeah, exactly.
The other way.
Yeah, nope.
into the wind. So I got to ask you, Joe, did you have any experience before that of kicking?
In high school, I was a kickoff kicker.
Did you kick straight or did you kick soccer
Straight,
style?
with a square toe.
With the square toe. Because my next question
I'm old
was,
school, man.
well, I was going to ask you, did you go, with your, your shoe and sock off, barefoot,
No.
kicking back in the
No.
day?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
kicked with an old shoe.
Okay.
With an old square toe shoe.
Now you said who was the other gentleman that was asked to go out there? Did you know, or was it just you and another person that was?
No,
asked?
it was just me.
It was just you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had won some kind of drawing.
Some drawing.
Yeah. And, that was back in the day. I think Herb Winches was there.
Yeah,
He
absolutely. I think I'm trying to remember. I think Herb and I think Herb was one of the play-by-play guys for the Stallions, and Jim Fife.
Jim Fife, that's right.
Yep, Jim Fife would drive up from Montgomery, and him and Herb Winches.
That was just a great time because we really had good crowds.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think we had 50 or 60,000 at one of the games. And, it was an average around 30,000 at Legion Field, which was –
That's remarkable.
Yeah. And,
it's pretty wild. So my son, because you and I were discussing, because both my kids graduated from Hewitt, and my youngest played baseball through his high school. And in the off season, he would work with a personal hitting instructor.
Right.
And so out back, they had purchased through some auction because they wanted an area where you could go back there and you could just throw. Pitchers could work out and do a little infield and stuff like that. And they were looking for some used AstroTurf. At auction, they found someone had the original AstroTurf from Legion Field, and it still had the end zone painted of the original Stallions.
Oh, really?
And they had that behind in their facility right there on Highway 11.
How about that?
Right? So it was just really cool to be able to sit
That's
there
awesome.
and walk on the turf that all those greats that you just talked about is incredible.
That was some good old days. And now, I'm proud to see them that staying here. It was a little questionable there for a minute, but we just need to get the folks back out and get them interested in it. It's a tough sell in spring football. I get it. It's not the NFL.
Yeah.
But still, it's
It's a great product, a winning product.
Yeah, and and Skip Holtz was a great guy. I loved him.
Yep.
And but AJ's gonna do well, I think, and we're looking forward to it.
We're talking to Joe Knight, one of the commissioners for Jefferson County, joins us here on Three Man Front. Joe, I got to ask you about Protective Stadium because when that was built, and it's just an incredible facility. And,
it is.
And so, when all this conversation started back about the potential of moving the Stallions, but staying in Birmingham, but moving it from downtown. I was opposed to it because there is not a finer facility, in my opinion, that has been built within the last 5 years, especially the size and the location in downtown Birmingham.
Right, and what you talking about moving it maybe to a smaller
venue,
to look,
yeah,
for the look, yeah.
Right.
I mean, where are you going to go? That's the thing, and you know what, we had the Birmingham Bowl here, you know, back in December, and you know those people from Georgia Southern and Appalachian State, they were really impressed with what we had and being able to be there and watch their teams, and so, you know, it's a great facility. We partner with Birmingham and a lot of partners on that and building it, and you know we're very proud of it. We need to fill it up more.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and you listen. I mean, you've been in this market for a long time, and you understand it. This is an incredible, educated football town,
right.
And they love coming out to be a winner. And obviously, it's now a little bit changed, but you got an Alabama star now in charge of this franchise, and so it's going to be very interesting to see how many people decide to come downtown and watch a game.
Well, hopefully it'll grow. Hopefully it'll the enthusiasm will be there. I think hopefully the scheduling will be a little better than it's been in the past, because I think they had some schedules that was really tough to be there on an early game on a Saturday or something like that. So we'll see how it goes, but you know, the enthusiasm I think is going to be there, and you know we'll have to go and see, and I think it'll be a great time. I know it will be for us.
I have to ask you this. So after you missed the 45-yard field goal, at any point in time since then, have you attempted a 45-yard field goal?
I have not attempted a 10-yard field goal since that day. But I had a friend, he goes, listen, if you make it, I'll take 20%. If you don't make it, I'll give you $1,000. I'm like, okay. So I didn't lose anything.
That is fantastic.
That's actually really.
Yeah.
That is
I
brilliant.
didn't miss it on purpose either.
Well, no, you would have made a lot more money if you had made it, but
Right.
still, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So
Wow.
That was It was,
I got to remember that for my friends and stuff. I got to start brainstorming.
yeah.
That
Get your little side thing.
Yeah,
going there.
absolutely.
that is a great story. I still can't get over trying to kick a 45-yard field goal into the wind.
Yeah.
Well, and if he made it, he could have been the Brandon Aubrey, right, of the old Stallions.
Yeah.
Hey, I do have to ask you, since you live in Trussville, and I see his stuff on social media, and now the kicker for the Birmingham Stallions is Trussville's very own former University of Georgia kicking star Rodrigo Blankenship.
Yes, I'd really like to meet him. I didn't know he lived in Trussville. That's amazing, because you know, hey, he could be the next Harrison Mevis.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know if he's going to call himself a thicker kicker, but you know, we'll give him a name.
Well, it's interesting because
He's goggles.
So during the football season, Joe knows that I do the Hewitt broadcast, and so Coach Floyd one day he was like, "Hey, I saw this on social media. Isn't this the former Georgia kicker? Because you can see the trees, the pine trees that are right behind one of our end zones at Hewitt."
Right.
And he was out there making TikToks. He was just out there kicking. He had asked one of the coaches, "Hey, can I go out there and kick some field goals or whatever the case may be?"
Yeah.
And so now, he was posting what he was doing each and every week. He would take one of the long field goals from the previous weekend in the NFL, and he would go out there in Hewitt-Trussville Stadium and try to mimic and try to kick the same distance of whatever happened the weekend before. And so he became this little viral TikTok guy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's now kicker for the Birmingham Stallions.
Well, maybe I can hook up with him and give him a few tips.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe I think we need to get you out at one of the half times of the Hewitt game and see if you can kick a 45-yarder.
No, I don't know about that. But I can bring in a surrogate, though.
Well, he's already proven with $1,000 he made off
That's right.
after the missed kick. He knows what he's doing. That is Joe Knight. He is one of the commissioners for the Jefferson County Commission, joining us here on Three-Man Front. And Joe, you mentioned it, just the enthusiasm, just what you've been able to see today at Crafts 280. It has to bode well for this franchise moving forward.
Well, the horsemen are always there. So, that's a great thing to see when they're there and they're doing their thing. And, but they need some support.
They sure do. So, Joe, thanks for stopping by.
Well, I appreciate you having me on here, guys, to share my story, but I can't wait to meet the kicker. I really do.
Nope. Yep. Yeah, and, you might run into him at the grocery store.
And Coach Floyd, I was at the stadium one night. I said, "Hey, Coach, come on up here and sit with us in our booth." And I love Coach Floyd. He's a good guy.
Oh, he's a fantastic man.
Patrick Martin's done a great job out there.
Dr. Martin has done a great, and Lance Walker, the athletics director,
Yeah.
they'll just do a tremendous job. We just got a blue map. About a week ago, the boys indoor track team won state championship.
I saw that.
Yep.
You know, we got the Clay Chauvel High School
Clay
6A
Chauvel,
champions
sure did.
who beat the 7A champions during the regular season.
Sure
So,
did.
You know, we got some good kids out there.
Yep.
We're very proud of them.
Northeast Jefferson County representing very well.
Yes.
That is Joe Knight. Joe, great to see you.
Thank you all.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much.
Thank you,
Joining us here on Three Man Front. We've got another hour to go here on Three Man Front. We are live as the Birmingham Stallions event. It will be kind of wrapping up here in just a couple minutes, but Crafts here on 280 has been a fantastic host, and we will continue on this edition of the wonderful program as we'll give you the latest on Charles Bediako and that hearing going on down in Tuscaloosa. All that straight ahead here on Jocks.